You're welcome. The Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Olakunle Oluomo, was yesterday impeached by 18 out of 26 members of the legislative arm during the sitting of the House. He wasn't the one who presided over the sitting of the House, but the Deputy Speaker, Mrs. Bolanle Ajayi of representing Yewa South. She's a member of the APC. Speaker Oluomo, who represents Ifo State constituency, was impeached over allegations of gross misconduct. He was also accused of high-handedness, a lack of focus and transparency, and also he was accused of financial misappropriation and what they call the pursuit of selfish interests. The Assembly equally elected another member, Mr. Oludaisi Elemide, who represents the Odeda State constituency as the new Speaker. What does this mean for politics in Ogun State? We have joining us tonight Larry Jaji, who is a public affairs analyst, joining us from Abeokuta, Ondo State, just next door to Ogun State. It's a pleasure to have you on the program tonight, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. What's your view of the dramatic incidents of yesterday in the Ogun State House of Assembly? Did you see it coming?
No. One could have said he has seen it coming. It is a political process. It is a political game. The legislators that wanted to ousted the former speaker, I think, has been bottling a lot of things in their mind. And one can, really say that probably they were waiting for the Supreme Court to give a verdict, so that in a situation where His Excellency Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun, CON, sits down very well on the seat as the governor of Ogun State, then they might want to carry out, their intentions. Because if not, why will it be that it was after the pronouncement of the Supreme Court that these legislators decided to, do what they did yesterday? And there were a lot of, allegations, if you can read and see for yourself, that, they said the former speaker has not been carrying them along. He has not been transparent in his account. He has not been, carrying them along, talking to them in a very, a nice way. He had to do was just to carry out their legislative assignment, which they did successfully yesterday.
All right, Larry Jaji, like you mentioned, the members of the 18 out of the 26 were those who were responsible for this impeachment. As far as you're concerned, was the due process as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria followed in this impeachment?
Come again?
Yeah, 18 members out of 26 members of the Ogun State House of Assembly impeached the Speaker. Was the law followed in that impeachment? Looking at the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
They have performed their legislative, constitutional duty. I mean, in a situation where we have 26 members and 18 is for and only 6 is against, I mean, legislatively and constitutionally, I think they have performed their legislative constitutional duty, and I mean, they are really followed the due process yesterday. There is nothing wrong about, or probably the process or their actions. They are performing their legislative constitutional duty.
All right, we hear, I mean, we know that the Speaker was accused of gross misconduct, high-handedness, lack of focus, lack of transparency, financial misappropriation, and the pursuit of selfish interests. But, in politics, sometimes there are behind-the-scenes happenings behind. Are you aware of any behind-the-scenes reasons? What are the behind-the-scenes reasons behind this impeachment? The real reason behind the impeachment of the Speaker?
You really want to know the real reason, but it is the reason that they presented to the whole world that you have to accept from them. And they feel all those reasons, all those excuses were impeachable offenses, and they felt, Mr. Speaker, this former speaker this time around, we just have to go. So, since we are not part of the legislative arms of government, we cannot be able to know, the intrigues that really transpired, or probably the main reason. It is what they presented to the whole world that we are going to accept as their reason for having a change in guard of the legislative arms of government.
All right. I have a final question before we say goodbye. How will this affect polity in Ogun State?
Governance has continued. Governance will not stop. Governance will continue so far if this new LMD faction-led Ogun State House of Assembly are really out to give the people of Ogun State, the best of all they never expected in terms of governance, and they are really collaborating with the present governor in person of Prince Dr. Dapabiodun, CON, who have been trying his possible best to make sure that things goes on very well in Ogun State. It won't change much. One cannot rule out the idea that probably there is a power play, there is a political game going on towards 2027. You cannot rule that out. We are talking about politics, and politics is really being politicized this time around. It will affect governance in Ogun State. It will affect much things. The only best thing that one can implore, probably ask the new legislative arms, the new, people at the arms of affairs of the House of Assembly to do is to make sure that they, collaborate and support the good, images and good programs of His Excellency Prince Dr. Dapabiodun, CON. And if they can do that, Ogun State is one of the, highly complicated and, states to rule. We have a lot of intelligent and highly cerebral, personalities. You cannot just come and bamboozle Ogun State people. They won't take it from you. So, they need to really walk the talk and probably be law-abiding all the time and do the needful by giving dividend of democracy to the people of Ogun State. I'm telling you, they won't have any problem.
The lawmakers, the final one, the lawmakers are saying that the governor had no hand in any of this. He's not even aware. Do you find that to be true?
Very true. It is very true, because I am of the personal opinion that if His Excellency Prince Dr. Dapabiodun CON is aware, he will have probably, sympathized with the outgone, speaker. He might have even want to appeal to them that they should not go by way of impeachment. I think these people, they kept it to their chest and they never told anybody what they were going to do. And they have done it perfectly, that they are even saying that they are not out to witch hunt or probably to attack the government of Prince Dr. Dapabiodun, that they are out here to really want to support his government. So, I don't think His Excellency is aware of this.
All right. Larry Jaji, public affairs analyst, you've spoken so eloquently. It's good to have you, and thank you so very kindly for your time. We'll keep our eyes on the unfolding situation in Ogun State following the impeachment of the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. I doubt this is the last we'll hear of this. Anyway, you're still watching Politics HQ. We will turn our attention to Plateau State. They had their own fair share of legislative drama yesterday. Today, it's a tragedy. We'll talk about that when we return. Welcome back. At least 30 persons, mostly children and women, were killed and houses and property destroyed by assailants in Kwahaslalek, or Kwahaslalek, rather. It's a mouthful there, but that's a village in Mangu Local Government Area of Plateau State. Quite a bedeviled local government area, a recipient of several attacks. That happened on Tuesday night. That's yesterday. Attacks were also reported in Kinat and Mairana communities, which border Mangu and Ladi local government areas. Remember Ladi? Well, we also hear that a market and churches were also reportedly burnt down in the attacks. Now, police say investigations are ongoing and are assuming the people of the state, or assuring, that's the police, the people of Plateau State, of their safety. The Nigeria police is assuring the people of Plateau State of their safety, adding that normalcy is gradually returning to Mangu Local Government Area with the deployment of security personnel and a surveillance helicopter. That was from a DCP who spoke to journalists. Now, these attacks happened in Mangu Local despite the 24-hour curfew imposed on that local government area by the governor of Plateau State, a curfew which natives are saying may have aided the attackers. They also accused the security personnel of not doing enough to stop the bloodshed. Now, recall that on Christmas Eve last year, that's exactly 1 month or 30 days ago, more than 100 people were killed in a series of attacks on villages in Plateau State, particularly the attacks carried out by armed groups, some will call bandits, targeted communities in Bokos local government area and Barkin Ladi local government areas of the state just next door to Mangu, leading to national outrage, prompting Nigeria's president and the government to make promises and take steps to prevent a recurrence of such killings. In fact, even Pope Francis himself included that in his Christmas or New Year Day prayer and message, saying Nigerians should pray, or his Catholics should pray for peace in Nigeria. Look, talking about the Christmas Eve killings in Bokos and Barkin Ladi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have so many questions to answer, but are we not getting tired of asking these questions? Melvin AJ is our guest tonight. He's the Executive Director, Global Peace and Life Rescue Initiative. He's also a security expert. He joins us from the Plateau State capital. Jos, it's good to have you on the program tonight.
Having me.
All right. Melvin, it's exactly 1 month after the Bokos and Barkin Ladi killings, and we have another situation on our hands. 30 people killed and counting. Tell us what you know about the attacks in Mangu.
Let me first and foremost condole with the people, government of Plateau State over this loss of innocent life, the wanton destruction of properties by these mindless assailants who are out to make sure Plateau is ungovernable. But we trust God that with the grace of God, their aim will be defeated on the Plateau. Plateau shall remain peaceful and will continue to remain peaceful, no matter what they plan, no matter how much they try to make Plateau ungovernable, no matter how much they plan to make Plateau unattractive. It's actually very sad that at a time where peace have returned, people are beginning to go about their normal businesses. These assailants took advantage of the lack of security in some areas and attack innocent communities, attack innocent people painfully. So many innocent children, women were killed. If you go to that community and see how children were hacked down to death, children, babies, pregnant women were killed, you will actually pitied for the situation, and you actually thought and imagine how would human being do this kind of carnage. For me, I don't see these people as human. They are animal, and they should be called as such. Because I don't understand why people keep winning their sleep without any provocation. What happened in Mangu yesterday? We had skirmishes from Monday. This week where we have little incidents. A header attack a local. While security were trying to investigate, they took advantage and still attacked the community. I don't understand what is happening. We have tried to see that peace return, but some people have made up their mind that Mangu Local Government, Bokos, Barkin Ladi, and Plateau State will not enjoy peace. But I trust God that they will fail in no time.
The Plateau State government imposed a curfew on Mangu Local Government Area. I'm sure you talked about some skirmishes where you say a header killed a local. Was there a reprisal attack by the locals against the headers, the headsmen, who, my suspicion is right, are from the Fulani extraction?
The headers did not kill the local. They beat him to a pulp. They beat him to a pulp.
Okay.
A local who was riding on his bike was beaten to a pulp, and the youth went to report the incident to the military checkpoint. They reported the incident to the officer in charge of the military in Mangu Local Government. While they were doing that, some people blocked road again in Sabongeri and begin to attack passerby, begin to attack locals. Some of these. So it wasn't a case of reprisal. It was a case of criminals who still took advantage of that incident and still attack locals.
All right, does this have any link to what happened in the Burkina Ladi and Bokos last month?
Definitely, it's terrorism and banditry. We have a case where some persons have made up their mind that they will make the state ungovernable for Barrister Caleb Mutfwang, that they will make the state ungovernable for the people of Plateau State. And it's not, like I said, it's not going to work because God is above, God is on the throne, and God is going to ensure that these guys are defeated. They are going to get them. I commend the dexterity of the security agencies, particularly the Nigerian military led by Major General Abia Bakar, who is doing everything possible to arrest this situation. It's so funny and actually very pathetic when people just blame security agencies without knowing the nitty-gritty of this crisis.
Marvin, you sound like you're trying to be politically correct when you say that these attackers are trying to make the state ungovernable for the governor, Caleb Mutfwang. Surely this is not about him. He is the governor of Plateau State, and he is meant to protect the people of the state as much as the Constitution will allow him to. He is part of the people we call governors in Nigeria who have hundreds of millions, if not billions, in security vote every single year. What has the Plateau State government? So this is not about him. There's no other governor in Plateau State than he. So what has the Plateau State government done to improve the security of the state since the last incident?
I will tell you, he has done a lot. He has done a lot in terms of supporting the security agencies with logistics, with finance, with the moral support and the political will to end this crisis. The Plateau State governor have done a lot. He has been constantly interacting with security agencies to look at where the loopholes are, bridging those gaps where this bandits come in to attack the people. I think the Plateau State governor is doing so much to keep Plateau safe. We have not had this kind of commitment from other governors in the past, particularly the immediate past administration. They didn't do well for security on the Plateau. He only paid lip service to it without fear of favor. That the former governor paid only lip service to security. And that's why we have a backlog of these issues on the ground, still on the Plateau State. But with the commitment of the current governor, I think we'll see peace. But he alone cannot do it because this crisis is more or less 30% military and security option, while the 7% is the political will, which of course the governor is supporting the tax. And graciously, the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces is actually supporting the tax. He's doing a lot. He's actually very committed. If you see the budget of our security in this year, 2024, you will know that the president is serious. And I'm sure in no time it will trickle down. We can't solve this problem at once. We can't solve it overnight because they were dead. It's a problem that have lingered for close to 20 years. So we can't begin to solve it overnight. So I'm sure with little time, it will improve.
Okay, Marvin, my question was, and I would like you, if you can, to answer the question. I appreciate what you've said. Asked, what has Caleb Mutfwang done to improve the security situation in Plateau State as a governor and as what they call chief security officer since the 24th December attacks? Now, you said he has done a lot, but you have not given me. Okay, give me one thing. He said he's been in constant touch with the security, but that is not enough. If Governor Mutfwang has done a lot, I'm sure you can name for me at least 5 tangible, impactful things that he has done to improve security in Plateau State.
Okay, let me be very clear with you. The fact that the governor is the chief security officer of a state in Nigeria, he doesn't really have all the wherewithal.
Let's not go there. Melvin, we know that narrative. We're tired of that narrative. I just want you to tell me what he has done. Let's not go there. Because when it comes to elections, Melvin, when it comes to going after political opponents, we know what these governors can do. It's a tired explanation. Melvin, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. The situation in Plateau State is not political. It's not political. It is about people, and I want you to stop being politically correct and tell me the real situation on the ground. And if you say, Melvin, that the governor has done a lot, how can you now say, oh, he's not the chief security officer and he doesn't have powers? No, he's done a lot. So give me some of those a lot that you're talking about.
I was coming to the specific to tell you the things the governor have done. Like I said, since that December 24, the governor have been engaging constantly with the security agencies. The governor have been calling stakeholder meetings comprised of the chiefs, the youth of the community, And the governor has been empowering security agencies with communication gadgets. He has been empowering them with logistics. He has been empowering them with finance.
Okay, Melvin, let me get, you said number one, apart from being in touch with the security agents, number two, he's purchased a communication gadget.
Yes, he has done that.
Okay.
The governor has done that.
Number two.
The government has engaged in non-kinetic meetings between the locals and their aggrieved parties. The government has been calling constant meetings between the youth, the locals, and the chiefs of the community. The governor also has been working closely with key actors who are CSOs like us in ensuring that we go back to the community and preach peace to the Plateau. So I'm sure the governor is doing a lot. That's basically what the governor can do. The governor can't really do so many things because the constitution hinder him, whether we like it fact or not. Whether we like it or not, that is the truth. This governor have done so well.
All right, I disagree. I disagree with you. When it comes to going after political opponents or playing politics, we see the energy and the power and the strength of these governors when they can order policemen to go and pick up and arrest opponents, to supervise demolition of buildings. Nigerians are wiser than that. Nigerians are now smarter than that. That argument. When it seems like they're under pressure, then we now bring up they are not allowed by the Constitution. Please, Nigerians are moved. We've seen it all. Okay, Melvin, I'll come back because I don't like the fact that you're turning this political when people are dying in your state and trying to, paint these politicians. No, people are dying, Melvin. We'll be right back. We'll talk some more. Please stay with us.